Now, Kayla, why did NASA choose the name Artemis for our return to the moon?
Well, in Greek mythology, Artemis is the twin sister of Apollo. So it's really a connection back to the Apollo era, the amazing things we did as part of the Apollo program. But we wanted to give a nod to the future. You know, it's a new set of missions. We're with new objectives. So it's a connection to the past with an eye towards what we might do as part of the Artemis generation.
Yeah, let's talk about what those future ambitions might be. I mean, landing the first woman and first person of color on the lunar surface, that is a worthwhile ambition.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think we've come a long way since Apollo in so many ways in the space program, but one of the ways we've evolved is our astronaut corps more closely reflects the nation it represents now. So those crews will be more diverse, and we think those diverse perspectives, not only in our astronaut corps, but our larger team, only make us a stronger one.
Yeah, all right. Well, coming up, we are going to hear from some of the Apollo astronauts and learn more about what we will accomplish for humanity by going back to the moon. Some of the women shattering glass ceilings to bring Artemis to life, including NASA's first female launch director.
Embrace the challenge and make things happen, right?
Yeah, it is a privilege to work here, and it's not about us. Like Janet said, it's about the people. Like Janet said, it's about the people.
Thank you, Jasmine. Go Artemis. Yes, go Artemis.
And so at this moment, we are slowly losing liquid hydrogen in the core stage hydrogen tank. Slowly losing liquid hydrogen in the core stage hydrogen tank. The Red Crew went in and is currently working a little longer than expected on the issue. It was estimated that it would take 15 minutes to do the work, but as we're now finding out, the Red Crew is torquing down the bolts and then backing out of the area and allowing the launch team to cycle the valves to test to see area. The Red Crew is torquing down the bolts. As we're now finding out, the Red Crew is torquing down to do the work, but
let's look at the balls here. Liquid oxygen. The oxy OXY chromosomes. Look at the numbers. These are the numbers we've been seeing in the lottery numbers. You'll see that the things that run these rockets are the things that run our lives. And they want to get back to the moon. Back to the moon, Alice.
it went above the 1% threshold, and so that is a violation of the has-gas limit in that area.
Look at the names on the Orion rocket.
They were called out.
The Orion capsule, sorry.
The rocket on the pad.
We have ESA. They say it represents the European part, but ESA is also the name of the way a lot of people talk about Jesus. And like in Arabic and Aramaic, Jesus is Isa. NASA means people or mankind. And it also has some other Hebrew meanings from the Bible. So there's a lot of meaning behind all of this. Orion, like the 3 pyramids of Giza showing Orion's belt. Orion also represents Osiris. So, for Orion to be circling the orbit of the moon and coming back, orbiting the moon. An orbit is also a ball, like our eyeball is called an orbital. And the eye is one of the balls to keep an eye on the ball.
All right, so great questions. Keep them coming using hashtag Artemis wherever you're watching this broadcast, and keep sending those moon-inspired content too. Again, that's hashtag NASA MoonSnap, and we're going to show some of them later on the broadcast. Okay, 1 hour, 24 minutes and counting until hopefully liftoff of Artemis 1, and it's time for another another update from NASA's Daryl Nail, who's with the launch team, as they were monitoring a leak.
Yeah, that's right, Megan. We're inside the firing room number 1 here at the Launch Control Center at the Kennedy Space Center.
Doesn't he look like Clark Kent from from Superman? He's got the glasses. This is some of the programming, okay? He's even got the curl in front of his head. I wasn't expecting this, but let's check out Superman and just see some of the similarities. Is he the Superman?
And currently we have an update on that red crew, which went out to the pad to torque down some bolts on a leaky hydrogen replenish valve for the core stage. And that update is that the red crew has departed the blast danger area. They have completed their work. They got the go at 10 p.m. this evening, 10 p.m. Eastern Time, to go out and conduct work that took roughly
See that
an hour
fire?
from the time they were given the go till.
This fire looks pretty ceremonial. I know they can explain why it's there, but you have a Trilon here. You have a water tower in the back. You have this fire. And then next to it, there's this ball.
Wouldn't want to be in this lyrical for eaters. Got jacket balls like my name was Vegeta. Got jacket balls like my name was Vegeta.
Ball, the pentagram inside. Look at the balls happening that just happened tonight. You have 6, 19, 28, 46, 61, 18 for the mega ball. The 1-8, the 46 chromosomes. 28. That was the age that Kershnick Ball got moonshot in Houston, Texas, where the Houston Rockets play and the Astros take off. 6/19. Now, whose birthday is on 6/19? Boris Johnson, world leader. Zoe Saldana. Macklemore just released a song around the same time Rihanna did, and Jen from BTS. And Zoe Saldana is known for her outer space movies like Star Trek and Avatar that's about to come out soon. The new Avatar, Avatar 2. I don't know where I'm going here, but we're just going to go down the rabbit hole. Since the Powerball was 18, I'm also going to look at June 18th. And who do we have? Takeoff the Rapper. His birthday just came up in the Powerball. Or was that the Mega Ball? Let's see. Yeah, that was the Mega Millions that just happened tonight. Same night they're getting Artemis ready to launch to the moon orbit. So I'm not making this stuff up. 6/18, 6/19, and 6/28. But we see the 6/18 is definitely connected to Takeoff's birthday. And he was 28 years old when they say he passed. And we're talking about the chromosomes. We're in the 61, which if you look at it upside down is back to 19. So is the reverse of 19. You'll notice in these last numbers, these last games, the number 19 is in almost all of them. Let me show you the one from the drawing the other day. This was Powerball. That was just on Monday, and it had the number 19. And what is important about these numbers, when you put them together, I'm sure everybody has some great ideas, but this day that this was drawn was a day that Biden met with the presidential counterpart leader of China. And guess what? He's born 1953. And then his reverse of his year is 35. Just in case you want to see proof, I'm going to show you his birthday. Xi Jinping is a Chinese politician who has served as General Secretary of the Chinese Communist Party and Chairman of the Central Military Commission. Born June 15th, 1953. June 15th. So there's the 6 again. And 1953. I'm not making this stuff up at all. Let's see if we can find his picture. Vladimir Putin. There he is. Even the New York Lotto had the number 19 in their last winning numbers. 1937, 15, 11, 12. So on the date of 11/12, the winning ball was 11/12. You can't make this up. Let's take a look at this again. For Mega Millions that happened tonight, they're not saying how much. It's still pending. But let's look at this mega ball, because we got to keep our eyes on the ball. Look inside this ball. It's magic. These lotteries are magic. Magical oracles. Because lottery is actually an ancient tool used to divine the future, to cast lots. And look inside. You have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5 pointed stars, pentagrams. But when you look inside, you see a box. A cube is in the middle of this. This is some really high magic. Mega. Notice it's saying Omega. The O in the front. Omega millions. And all you gotta do is turn this thing upside down, and you have what's called the Baphomet. So by people claiming these prizes, by people even just drawing the numbers, it's all magic and pulling everybody's energy into it and pulling their money. Money doesn't mean what you think. It has to do with warnings. It has to do with perishing, because you have Juno Moneta. She's the goddess of money, one of the goddesses where the Romans would keep their money by her temple. It was in her temple that they printed the money. And she hated one guy named Aeneas who started the Roman Empire and caused him so much trouble. There was so much war and blood having to do with money. But also, like I said, like these launches and the lotto numbers, bringing the people in. Do you think it was a mistake that on the eclipse, the total eclipse, the Powerball was 2 billion dollars? You know how many people put their money into that? The bigger the ball got bigger, the more people would put their hopes and their dreams in winning it. Their life. People spent hundreds of dollars trying to get these numbers. And then let's see what the numbers were. Yeah, that drawing was supposed to be on November 7th, but some crazy, weird glitch happened that never happens. And they ended up drawing the numbers untelevised on 11/8, Election Day, the day of the eclipse. And the number 513, that's when Rihanna had her baby, her son Noah. And look, we have the 23, right? His banner, 23, she showed us that was like the letter O and the word OH. Here, his banner over me, Mel, is love. And her comment, she says she took the O, the letter O, which is the 15th letter of the alphabet, and took the H, and it's the 8th letter. You put it together, you get 23. And we have 23 chromosomes from each of our parents, which is what they're trying to change. And then this is great. This was a great revelation from his banner. She has a lot of things that she's noticed, and they're really, really phenomenal. So let's do this together. We're gonna see how, at least if nothing else, see through all the clouds, see through all the chaos. And once you can see through the chaos, I'm hoping our lives can just be a little bit more optimal. We can bring optimality to our lives and be a lot less stressed once we see what it's all about And then we want to master it. That's the point. We want to master it. So we can be above it all. Or can swim through it and cope with it and get deprogrammed and make something great out of ourselves. And know that we're not going crazy. We're just scratching the surface.